then we can start with the next one, which is covalent bonding. So as the name suggests, there is two parts to this. There is this part co means sharing and valent means last shell. So this is sharing and this is last shell. So covalent bond is always made when last shell electrons are shared. But if the examiner asks you for a definition, the definition should always include two things. One, it is strong force of attraction. Now, you can use the word electrostatic force of attraction, but even if you don't, that's perfectly fine. So, पहली चीज तो ये है कि आपके पास bonding है ना, it has to be a strong force of attraction. And second part is, what is it between? So it is between one positive thing and one negative. Just metallic bonding mein we said there is sea of electrons, so that was negative thing, and cations were the positive. Ionic bonding mein we said it is between oppositely charged ions. Cations were the positive, anions were the negative. So now, what is covalent bond going to be? The positive thing in this case, and that is something many students don't really like identify in the first step, it is between two nuclei. These are the two positive parts. दो atoms जिनकी आपस में bonding है, उन दोनों के nucleus and shared pair. So the nucleuses or nuclei, they are the positive, and the shared pair of electrons, that's the negative thing. So obviously they're going to attract each other. This attraction is covalent bond. So हर bonding में फर्क क्या है? फर्क है कि जो positive और जो negative चीज है वो different है. Metallic bonding में sea of electron and cations. Ionic में positive and negative ion. यहाँ पे nucleuses or shared pair of electron. So that's it. That's what covalent bonding is. Definition आपके पास 2 marks की अगर आएगी तो ये आप लिख सकते हैं. Or you can obviously use your own words. Okay, so we know it is made by sharing of electron from the last shell only. So that is why whenever you draw it, you just need the last shell. You don't need the inner shells. जब भी bonding show करानी है आपको सिर्फ last shell electrons देने. Inner shells बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. हाँ, examiner का question में वो कह सकता है showing all electrons. If the examiner says you have to show all electrons, you have to show all electrons. Okay, so let's take an example, a simple example of hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom has one electron in the last shell. So one electron, and there's another atom just like this one. So I'm going to copy this one. Okay, so I have two atoms. I'm going to use a cross just to show what different atom. Now I share them. So what will happen? The electrons are going to be in shared space of both the atoms. So instead of having just being part of one atom, these electrons, they should be the same size by the way, कोई इतना फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. They're going to have a shared space. So this atom and this atom, they come close to each other and they have this shared space. In that shared space, you have electrons. So you can put electrons like this, कि ये दोनों electrons हैं share कर लिए, or you can also put electrons like this. It's perfectly fine whether you put them on the line or whether you put it inside. It's perfectly your choice. But remember, you have to specify what atom it is and do not put a circle for nucleus. Don't do that. क्योंकि एग्जामिनर उससे ये भी तो समझ सकता है कि ये बच्चे ने पहला शेल बना दिया जो खाली है. So don't make that mistake. Only draw last shell, no circle for nucleus. So now what is happening here? This is a shared pair of electrons. It is being attracted by this nucleus and it's being attracted by this nucleus. So this is going to be shared between both of them. पहले ये electron इसके गिर्द घूमता था. Now it's not going to go around anyone. It's going to stay in the middle area. And that is why it is a shared pair of electrons. Now this is atom. तो इसको हम H लिखते हैं. ये भी एक atom है. मैं ये लिख सकता हूँ कि there is 2H. इसका मतलब होगा I have 2 hydrogen atoms. But यहाँ पर it is not 2 hydrogen atoms anymore. Both of them have combined and I will write it as H2. So notice the placement of 2. यहाँ पे this 2 simply tells me कि ये एक अकेली चीज है और इसके जैसे दो हैं. There's 2 like this. But this 2 tells me that there's 2 hydrogen combined together making one of this thing. And what is this thing? This thing is molecule. So that's the thing. This thing is called a molecule. It has hydrogen atoms combined together. Where's the bonding? Inside the molecule. This molecule has shared pair of electrons attracted by both the nucleus. So covalent bonding is inside the molecule. And that is interesting. अभी तक हमने मेटेलिक एंड आयनिक देखा था. आयनिक में क्या होता था? कैटाइन या एनाइन है, दोनों बने, उनके बीच में बॉन्डिंग. उसके अंदर बॉन्डिंग नहीं थी, उनके बीच में बॉन्डिंग थी. We saw metallic bonding, free electrons and cations, और उनके बीच में बॉन्डिंग थी. This is the first time we are seeing कि जो भी चीज उससे बनी है उसके अंदर बॉन्डिंग है. अच्छा, what about other molecules? There is one molecule, hydrogen here. There's another hydrogen. There's another hydrogen. Do they attract each other? Yeah. I mean, अगर इस हाइड्रोजन को कहीं और इलेक्ट्रॉन नजर आएगा तो ये उसको अट्रैक्ट करेगा ना? क्यों नहीं करेगा? डेफिनेटली करेगा. So that's what they do. They pull on the other electrons. अपने इलेक्ट्रॉन के अलावा दूसरे वाले को. But this attraction is much weaker. So this hydrogen atom, molecule, has shared pair of electron. It has covalent bonding inside it, but it also has what we call intermolecular force of attraction, IMFA. And this is between two molecules. So covalent bonding is inside the molecule, but IMFA is between the two molecules. Physical properties depend on this. Chemical properties depend on this. So that is how covalent bonding is different from other bondings. That if you have molecules, then the physical properties depend on intermolecular force, but chemical properties depend on the bond itself. That wasn't the case in ionic bonding. In ionic bonding, it was hard. That's a physical property because the bonds were strong and the lattice was strong. It was the structure that told us कि physical property क्या है. यहाँ पे it's the intermolecular force. अच्छा. So how do we expect them to be? First of all, intermolecular force is weak. जब वो weak है, तो they will have low melting point. They will also have low density. They will also be soft. Usually वो liquid होते हैं या gas होते हैं. Solid नहीं होते. They are also going to be brittle. They'll break easily. Ice है, आराम से टूट जाती है. It's a brittle thing. But ice is not a very good example because उसमें थोड़ी सी ionic bonding भी होती है. But we don't have to worry about that for now. लेकिन most of the, जैसे sulfur solid है, वो brittle होता है, वो टूट जाते हैं. Similarly, these things have no conductivity or low conductivity. They are bad conductors. Why? Because they don't have any free electrons. So these are the main properties. They have weak intermolecular force of attraction, which makes the melting point low because low energy is required. And they're brittle, they break easily. And they don't have any free electrons. या तो वो electron shared हुए या वो atom के अंदर है. They are not going to be free and they are not going to conduct electricity. So that's the molecular form of covalent bonding, which we call simple covalent bonding. ये हमारा structure है और ये हमारी bonding है. Examiner always asked, use structure and bonding to answer this question. So आपने जब उसको आंसर करना है तो structure and bonding दोनों की बात